On the 15th and 16th of September 2008, Sotheby'S held a 2-day auction called Beautiful Inside My Head Forever. Damien Hirst announced in July of that year the unusual move of bypassing his established galleries for his next show and selling his work directly to the public. This was the first time that an artist of his standing had put work directly into the public market, rather than operating through a dealer and gallery who charged larger commissions than auction houses. And in this sale, Sotheby's waived seller's fees for Hirst. Hirst said, "It's a very democratic way to sell art, and it feels like a natural evolution for contemporary art. Although there is risk involved, I embrace the challenge of selling my work in this way."
There's so much stuff. There's enough stuff in the world.
The star items were the golden calf, an animal with 18-karat gold horns and hooves preserved in formaldehyde, and the kingdom, a preserved tiger shark. Other preserved animals included a zebra and a unicorn. The sale raised £111 million for 218 artworks sold. The auction exceeded expectations, setting a record for a single artist auction. It occurred as the financial markets plunged, and on the day when Lehman Brothers went bankrupt in America. But what did Damien Hirst do next? He went into painting exile in Bali and made the decision to stop all his sculptural production pieces in order to focus on making his own paintings. He said, "The auction was what ended it for me. It's all about money, power, success. I used to love the idea of money because it was like an element in the composition. Money's a big important thing in life, so I've taken it into the art. But in the end, it's not something you can do permanently." He started painting his own pieces 2 years earlier, in 2006. He said the last time he had painted before that was when he was 16 years old, before he got into making his early sculptural pieces. Hirst had always wanted to be a painter. He said paintings are darker, really, in a way. Sculpture's a very strange thing, isn't it? It's much less personal. You're much less in your own head. You're much closer to everyone else in the world with sculpture. And the people bump into it. Whereas in painting, there's a kind of illusion and a disappearance, which is like your own disappearance. There's a fear and a darkness, which is much stranger. He was influenced by Francis Bacon paintings from the 1950s, where he used a lot of Prussian blue and black in his palette. He has said that these are his favourite Bacon paintings of all time. Hirst chose to go to Bali because his girlfriend at the time, Maya Norman, was a keen surfer, and he knew she could surf while he painted during the day. Hirst said, "A good idea in a painting for me is its layers. It's the best of many layers. Everything I try first is shit. But then you go back, turn it around. When you've got 20 layers of these different things, it grows into something else in some way. That's where the best paintings come out of." Prior to his exile in Bali, 2 of Hirst's close friends died, and so a lot of the themes in the paintings are about the loss of his friends and death. Like the empty chairs, for example, are the idea of still feeling your friend emotionally, but their physical presence not being there. Other influences were Soutine, Goya, de Kooning. Hirst spent nearly 6 months in Bali painting. It was the first series of paintings that the artist created by his own hand, and a very unknown body of work in his career.